Welcome, friends. Today I shall be telling you the story of the Trojan horse. Now, most people have heard of the Trojan horse and heard this story in some form. But what most people don't know is that while this is a Greek myth, we do not have the original Greek myth. Most people will think that the Trojan horse comes from something Homer wrote, maybe the Odyssey, because it contains Odysseus, or maybe the Iliad, because it's about the Trojan War. But the truth is that neither of these epics actually have the Trojan horse story. There was a version of the Greek myth about the Trojan horse in what's called the Little Iliad, but sadly, that version has been lost to history. The version of the Trojan horse that we know of is the one contained in Virgil's Aeneid, which is a Roman myth. This is a retelling of the Greek myth, but it's the only version we have left. So that is the story I'll be relating to you today. So first, let us set the stage. The Greeks have been besieging Troy for 10 years, an entire decade, with no success. The walls of Troy are impenetrable. The walls are so high and so thick that no army, no matter how strong, can get through them. So Odysseus, a Greek hero, is thinking one night. He thinks to himself, well, if we cannot force our way into Troy, perhaps we can trick our way into Troy. And he devises a trap. The next morning, the Greeks all board their ships, and they sail away pretending to leave, but the ships hide behind a nearby island, waiting for the trap to be sprung. The Trojans see the ships leave, and they think to themselves, the Greek army has retreated. We have won the war. And they open the gates. They see the empty Greek camp, and then they see one very, very strange object. A gigantic wooden horse. The Trojans gather around and immediately debate what to do with this horse. It is a gift from the gods. Bring it inside the city, say some. No, it was made by the Greeks. Burn it, say others. As this debate is ongoing, they notice that one Greek has been left behind. They immediately go over to confront him. They ask him, who are you? What is your name? Why were you left here? The man replies, my name is Sinon. I was betrayed by the Greeks. They left me here to perish as a sacrifice to the gods. Please, I beg of you, spare my life, and I shall tell you the purpose of this horse. The Trojans debate and mutter amongst themselves. They don't like the Greeks. They feel sympathetic for this man who was betrayed by his own countrymen, and so they agree to spare his life. Very well, they say. What is this horse? Sinon replies, this horse is an offering to Athena. The way across the sea back to Greece is perilous. It's a very dangerous voyage. And so the Greeks built this magnificent, beautiful wooden horse as an offering to Athena for safe passage. You must take it inside your city, for Athena will be displeased if you leave it here in the cold. The Trojans think of this, and as they are, a Trojan priest runs out of the city. This is a priest of Apollo. His name is Laocoon. Laocoon, more intelligent than the rest of the Trojans, looks at the horse and cries, what are you doing, you fools? This is madness to bring this horse into the city. Surely you know the Greeks and you remember Odysseus. They are our enemies. This must be a trick. It must be a trap. I bet that even now there are Greeks hiding inside that horse, waiting to ambush us. And with that, he picks up his spear and he throws it at the horse. It strikes the horse's belly and makes a thunk, showing that the horse is indeed hollow. But the gods have decided that they want Troy to fall, and so Athena sends 2 sea snakes. They slither up the beach, wrap themselves around poor, intelligent, wise Laocoon, and drag him into the sea. The Trojans are terrified by this, and they say, oh, a sign from the gods, bring the horse into the city. Now the way up to Troy is a bit rough, and so as the horse is going up, the Trojans can hear metal clanking around inside the horse, but they're too busy celebrating to the feet of the Greeks. They take the horse into the city, and then as night falls, all the Trojans go to bed. At midnight, a secret compartment opens in the horse, and Odysseus and his men, who have been hiding in the horse all day, just as Laocoon predicted, exit the horse and go to the gate. The entire Greek army is now on the other side of the gate. They've returned from their hiding spot on the islands, and Odysseus opens the gate. The Greek army rushes into the city, successfully invading and conquering Troy, and thus ends the Trojan War. This is a very important story because it leads directly into the most important text in Greece, the Odyssey, written by Homer, as well as to the most important text in Rome, the Aeneid, written by Virgil. But those are stories for another day. I hope you enjoyed the Trojan Horse.